Greetings. Welcome to Bill's Garden. Late September 2022. You'll see Hawaiian Super Sweet Corn number 10 around me here. It's a significant enough patch to feed the kitchen and a few friends. Nothing commercial this year, but my helper Kevin had helped me put this into the ground over here. It was Kevin's first corn crop and he is so excited. Corn's fun, yeah. Well, here we have a fine crop of green beans going on, and down here you see we got the flowers coming. I can't wait. Green beans are not very easy to grow here in Hawaii, and so this is Polomoho. It comes from the university. It resists nematodes and it resists fungus. It's a winner. Roselle is coming along very nicely. Flower buds are forming. Some of it's beginning to bloom already. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Roselle, this is the red zinger tea or the jamaica at the Mexican restaurants. It is the one hibiscus that is used internationally as a beverage. And we use the calyx from the flower, not the flowers. Over here is one fine looking crop of yacon. It's in flower, but the flowers are fading. Some on the other end of the patch over there, I believe, have actually fallen, the flowers. That indicates that this crop is about ripe, and I should be getting around to digging it out. If there is anyone here on the island that A, likes yacon, B, has problems with high blood sugar levels or diabetes, yacon is one of the best low glycemic index foods that we have. It's an indigestible starch, won't spike your blood sugar, and it's absolutely delicious. Well, papayas are happy. I guess I better get out here and start picking some. They look ripe. Before the geckos bite holes in them, they do that, you know. Fancy tangerine's making a fine crop. This is its second year to crop. The tree was planted in 2017. Yeah, looks like I have a fairly successful tomato planting over here for a change. I put one in back around April, and overnight watched all the tomatoes die from disease. These are holding in really nice. This is India. NDEA. It's from Africa. It makes a fruit that resembles a red kiwi. I know actually very little about this plant. It appears to be a shrub. We're looking at stuff this high only. The flowers seem to form right on the ends of the branches here, and these are heavily pollinated. They're falling off. That's a fresh one out front there. The plant looks like it might be partially deciduous in the winter, but it had really flushed out come spring here. I'm excited about it. Joe brought the seeds by here, well, actually brought the fruit by about 3 years ago, I guess. Maybe it was 4. It was a challenge because the seeds are so small and deeply embedded in the flesh, you cannot get them out. Smaller than poppy seeds. The only way I could figure out to plant this crop was I had to take a fruit, cut it into razor thin slices, lay them on top of a flower pot full of soil, and let the seeds sprout out of the flesh. It worked. We got lots and lots of trees. I sold everything except this one that I put in the field, which will now be mother stock for more nursery stock. It's good. Like I said, it's kind of strawberry red in color, and it tasted a whole lot like a kiwi fruit to me. And since kiwi doesn't grow around here, it's pretty neat. Although I do see right here that the Chinese rose beetles seem to have some sort of an attraction to this. I see a couple more leaves chewed. Not bad. That can be repelled by putting a solar pathway light on here. Well, I still have no local data on how long it takes a chacha, the Bolivian mangosteen, to bear here, but the Aussies say 6 years is their claim. These seeds were 2016, so we are approaching 6 years. The tree is getting some pretty good size to it, as you can see. It looks healthy. They seem to grow well. I don't know how much longer, but I'm sure we're going to get fruit here. Well, this thing here is Aburana. Perhaps, at least. There's some arguments over exactly what it is, but it appears to be probably a little bit more cold-tolerant highland version of the abiu. The fruit was similar. It doesn't grow even near as fast as abiu does, which are very quick. This is a slow thing. I may have made a mistake. I sold all the trees but one. Oh, got a feeling this thing's going to need cross-pollination. Here we have the green jabuticaba. Joe brought these seeds in back in 2016 from Brazil. I guess there were already some trees here on the island. I was excited because it was earlier this year. I got 50 fruit off this tree and was able to plant more trees in the nursery. So it's a fast tree. The fruit is also really good. Less tannic acid than the black jabuticabas. Now, this plant is the Blackberry Jam fruit. This is probably about a 3-year-old, so it moves along pretty fast because I'm seeing flowers form. Plant makes a yellow berry, well, it might be about the size of a jabuticaba, and it has a leathery skin. Inside of that leathery skin, though, it's black, sweet, and tastes a whole lot like blackberry jam, for real. Okay, now here you see a whole row of pigeon pea. And then it also has most of the fruit trees planted between it that I just showed off. Oh, here comes the cat. And the pigeon pea is used as chop and drop. It's a tropical legume, fixes a lot of nitrogen, doesn't grow too big, fairly soft stems, easy to cut down, and well, you can eat the peas too. Our local Hawaiian Puerto Ricans here make what they call junto rice, which is pretty good. It's like Spanish rice with pigeon peas. Well, here's another one of the unstoppable local crops. I should call this Godzilla lilikoi. This is a hybrid lilikoi. It's a cross between the local and the Jamaican, which is sweet and the local's tart. This is what they look like right here. I kind of call it a pink lilikoi. As you can see, I've half ripped one open here. It's got the hard shell of the regular lilikoi, but the soft shell of the Jamaican right here in the middle. It's very unusual. It's a double-shelled lilikoi. But the quality of the flesh, the flavor, is absolutely incredible. Oh, man. Oh, it is so good. Wow. Frequently, I get people, local, who, of course, know lilikoi. I mean, that's the main thing here in Hawaii, very important to us. But most all of them know other types than this. And every time they come around here and I say, oh, you got to try this lilikoi. I say, I know you tried lilikoi. This is blah, blah, blah. No, you never tried this lilikoi. Boy, you ought to see the looks on their faces. Wow. It's amazing. Somebody else was growing this here. We bought it, so it's around the island. I'm also cultivating it, and I've been selling it, so it's getting around here. Well, folks get really fascinated with this thing here. This is a pineapple from, I understand it's Argentina. They call it living fence down there. It's pretty, but boy, I'll tell you, it's bristly. There's the flower. It's thorny enough to rip up a pig. Well, started taking better care of my Chico sapote trees. We used coffee wood as mulch under here, put it on with chicken manure, and added some lime to it, and the trees are really fleshing out. I've picked up at least a foot of growth since I did that. These are slow growing beasts. Maybe it's our elevation, I don't know. I have no experience with growing chico sapote before I came to Hawaii. Early on, these were some of the earliest trees that I started to plant because I love this fruit. I had no idea when I did this how long it might take to actually get a crop off of chicos. I am a patient man, and I can wait because this is one of the most delicious fruit on earth. It is so good. Tastes like pears with brown sugar, and it's this is the tree the chewing gum came from. Yeah, chicle. This is where chicle comes from. And this beast back here, this is more pigeon peas. I've gone around the orchard and I've started to install pigeon peas in between and around almost every fruit tree I have, so we can use it as chop and drop. Well, here's some Ellen's Orchid Isle project in here. These are some of the orchids that were donated by a vendor that went out of business to the Orchid Society. She's been resurrecting them in here. They were pretty beat up. She replaced the bark, got all the weeds out, and fed them, and now trying to take care of them. They're going to get them up to size, hang them in trees around the town of Hilo. I'm clueless as far as how long it could take to raise meme sapote. I don't know what this will take, but this one's been here for quite a while. It was pretty rough, but it is really starting to look pretty good these days. Again, I'm taking better care of these trees. They were planted while I was in California, and then they didn't get too much care. Now we're worrying about them a bit. See down there at the base, we got mulch. Now this here is Kayamana, the lychee. This is an air layer, and it appears to me that air layered lychee grow sideways. This type of thing happens sometimes with plants because this thing is horizontal. It flowered a little bit this year for the first time. It was put in 2016. None of the flowers set. Maybe next year. This is Kari, the star fruit. K-A-R-I. It is blooming profusely, and I see a few small green fruits in some of these flower bracts. So looks like we're pretty good. This is a grafted type. Oh, there's a bee. That's good. Go to work, buddy. Yeah. There's some other kind of small creature on the flowers over here too. What the heck is this? Huh. Anyway, I believe we're going to get a good crop this year. I think it's going to happen. This is a grafted tree. It's taken a while. It's been put in here for a few years now. Wow. This is Jabuticaba Sabra. It's really going to it now. This is going to be a heck of a crop. It's just covered. Yeah. These trees do very well here in Mountain View. I really like the upper elevations. Excellent choice. Fruits several times a year here. Lots and lots and lots of fruit. And they're tasty. Well, just in case anyone cares, you can grow Fuyu persimmons here, the Japanese persimmon. And next Abiu crop is coming on. They look like little Hershey Kisses when they get started. A lot of flowers. As usual, it'll be a big crop. Now, here's a yellow dragon fruit with a very presentable crop on it. And a lot of fruit. It's growing on an old koa tree that died here on me. This is flowers coming too. I haven't tended it. This thing's, I mean, in the wild, almost Solovino. But a lot of fruit. Doing really well. But I have a real anomaly here. That is a fruit that's part ripe. And it sent a flower stalk out of the side of it. I don't know. I've never seen this before. Yeah, the Rollenia crop is coming on. I'm not sure about this tree. It's extremely vigorous. I suspect it's a hybrid between custard apple and Rollenia, but Others tell me, no, there are Rolinias without points, because this looks like a custard apple, but it's growing on a Rolinia tree, so I don't know. Anyway, it's coming on. The air here is extremely fragrant because of this orchid. Sherry baby. Smells like vanilla, chocolate, I don't know. Sweet, beautiful. More jabuticaba, yum. Kevin and I stripped all the ripe ones out of here yesterday. I have a couple here. Well, there's some orange dragon fruit. It appears actually that this was a seedling of Frankie's Red, but it's not quite the same color. Over here we have the Frankie's Red, which is actually larger, but it's pretty orange too. Well, this is S8, the dragon fruit. I was sent this from California by a guy. It's doing pretty well. We got a fair amount of fruit forming on it. This particular cutting, it's the first time it's fruited. White plumaria, fragrant. That's going to be it for now, folks. There's always more. There's so much more here. If you really want to see it, take 8 hours out of a day on your vacation and we'll walk around and I'll point every piece out to you and tell you what I know about it. But it's huge, okay? And I'm going to be curious to see how and when those Endia ripen. This is all new to me. Okay, so hang loose, folks.